Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, I want to invest, but I don't have enough money to make it matter? Maybe you've seen people talk about investing $10,000 or $50,000 and you just laughed because that feels impossible right now. But what if I told you that $500 a month money that most people spend on food, subscriptions, and things they don't even remember buying could completely change your financial future forever? Today, I'm going to show you the exact $500 a month investment plan that actually works. Not theory, not complicated Wall Street strategies. A real, simple, step-by-step plan that any normal person can follow starting today. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how much money you could have in 10, 20, and 30 years just by being consistent with $500 every single month. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about why most people never build wealth. Before we get into the plan, you need to understand why most people never build real wealth, even when they have good intentions. Because if you don't understand this, you'll make the same mistakes everyone else makes. The number one reason people fail to build wealth is not that they don't earn enough money. Studies show that the average person will earn over $1 million in their lifetime. $1 million. Yet most people retire with almost nothing. So the problem is never really about how much you earn. The problem is what you do with what you earn. Most people follow a pattern that keeps them broke forever. They earn money, they spend money, and then whatever is left, if anything is left, they think about saving. This is called the earn, spend, save cycle, and it is a trap. The wealthy do the exact opposite. They earn money, they invest first, and then they live on whatever is left. This tiny shift in mindset is what separates people who build wealth from people who wonder where all their money went. The second reason people fail is they think they need a lot of money to start investing. They wait for the perfect moment when they have $10,000 or $20,000 saved up. But that moment never comes because life always gets in the way. The car breaks down, the rent goes up, something always happens. The truth is you don't need a lot of money to start. You just need to start. And that's exactly what this $500 a month plan is designed for. The foundation understanding compound interest. Now, before I give you the actual plan, you need to understand the most powerful force in investing. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. It's called compound interest, and once you truly understand it, you will never look at money the same way again. Here's how it works in simple terms. When you invest money, you earn returns on that money. But then those returns also start earning returns. And then the returns on your returns start earning returns. It sounds simple, but the effect over time is absolutely extraordinary. Let me give you a real example. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25, with an average annual return of 10%, which is roughly what the S&P 500 has historically returned over long periods, by the time you're 55 years old, that's just 30 years. You would have invested $180,000 of your own money, but your actual account value would be over $1 million. Over $1 million from just $500 a month. Now, here's the part that will really blow your mind. If you wait just 10 years and start at 35 instead of 25, investing that same $500 a month for the same 10% return, by age 55, you would only have around $380,000. You'd have invested $120,000 less, but you'd end up with over $620,000 less in your account. That is the cost of waiting. Time is the most valuable ingredient in building wealth, and you cannot buy it back once it's gone. This is why starting now with $500 a month is infinitely better than waiting until you have more money later. The actual $500 month investment plan. All right, now let's get into the real plan. Here's exactly how to split your $500 every single month for maximum growth. Step 1, build your emergency fund first. Before you invest a single dollar, you need an emergency fund. This is non-negotiable. An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved in a regular savings account or a high-yield savings account. Why does this matter for investing? Because without an emergency fund, the moment something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, you'll be forced to pull your investments out at the worst possible time. You'll sell when the market is down, lose money, and give up on investing entirely. So if you don't have an emergency fund yet, take your $500 a month and build it first. Once it's built, you never touch it and you move to the next steps. Step 2. Take free money if it exists. If your employer offers a 401k match, this is the very first place your investment dollars should go. A 401k match is essentially free money. If your employer matches 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary, that means for every dollar you put in, they add 50 cents. That's an instant 50% return before the market even does anything. No investment on earth can beat an instant 50% return. So if you have access to an employer match, contribute enough to get the full match before anything else. Even if that takes your entire $500, it is always worth it. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA. After you've secured any employer match, the next best place for your money is a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where you invest after-tax dollars and your money grows completely tax-free. When you retire and start withdrawing the money, you pay 0 taxes on it. 0. In a world where the government taxes almost everything, having a bucket of money that grows tax-free for decades is incredibly powerful. In 2024, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year to a Roth IRA, which works out to about $583 per month. So your entire $500 could go here if you don't have an employer match to worry about. Step 4. Choose your investments inside the Roth IRA. Now here's where a lot of people get confused. Opening the Roth IRA account is not enough. You actually have to choose what to invest in inside the account. And this is where most beginners make a huge mistake. They open the account, leave the money sitting as cash, and then wonder why it's not growing. For a beginner investor with $500 a month, the single best investment is a low-cost index fund. Specifically, an S&P 500 index fund. An S&P 500 index fund automatically invests your money across the 500 largest companies in America. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and hundreds more. When these companies grow and make profits, your investment grows with them. The beauty of index funds is that they are simple, they are cheap, and historically, they have outperformed the majority of professional fund managers over long periods of time. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to watch the market every day. You just invest consistently and let time do the work. Look for funds with a very low expense ratio, ideally below 0.1%. Great options include funds like VOO, FXAIX, or SWTSX, depending on which brokerage you use. Step 5. Automate everything. This is the step that most people skip, and it's the one that makes or breaks the entire plan. You need to automate your investments so that money moves from your bank account to your investment account automatically every single month before you even see it. Why is automation so important? Because willpower doesn't work. Every month, there will be a reason to skip your investment. A birthday dinner, a sale at the mall, an unexpected expense. If the money is sitting in your account waiting for you to manually move it, most months it will never get moved. But if it moves automatically the day after your paycheck hits, you never see it, you never miss it, and your wealth builds on autopilot. Set up an automatic transfer. Make it non-negotiable. Treat your investment like a bill you have to pay every month, because in reality, you're paying your future self. What $500 month looks like over time? Let's look at the real numbers so you can see exactly what you're building toward. At a 10% average annual return, which reflects the historical average of the S&P 500 over long periods. After 10 years of investing $500 a month, you would have contributed $60,000 of your own money. But your account would be worth approximately $102,000. Your money would have almost doubled. After 20 years, you would have contributed $120,000. But your account would be worth approximately $382,000. Your money would have more than tripled beyond what you put in. After 30 years, you would have contributed $180,000. But your account would be worth over $1,130,000. You would be a millionaire from $500 a month. These are not lottery numbers. These are not get-rich-quick schemes. This is just math. The math of compound interest working in your favor over time. The biggest mistakes to avoid, now that you know the plan, let me tell you the mistakes that will destroy your results if you're not careful. The first mistake is panic selling. The stock market will go down. It always does at some point. When it drops 20% or 30%, every instinct in your body will scream at you to sell and protect your money. Do not do it. The people who sell during crashes lock in their losses and miss the recovery. The people who stay invested and keep buying actually get wealthy because they're buying more shares at lower prices. The second mistake is trying to time the market. Thousands of professional investors with teams of analysts and billions of dollars in resources try to time the market, and most of them fail. You cannot predict when the market will go up or down. Instead of trying to time the market, focus on time in the market. The longer your money is invested, the better your results will be. The third mistake is stopping when life gets hard. There will be months when $500 feels impossible. When that happens, invest $100. Invest $50. Invest $20. Invest anything. Never break the habit completely because the habit is more valuable than the amount. A small, consistent investor will always beat an inconsistent, big investor over time. Your action plan starting today here is exactly what to do after watching this video. First, check if you have an emergency fund. If not, start building one with your $500 right now. Second, check if your employer offers a 401k match, and if so, contribute enough to get the full match immediately. Third, open a Roth IRA account if you don't have one. Fidelity, Schwab, and Vanguard are all excellent options, with no account minimums. Fourth, choose an S&P 500 index fund with a low expense ratio inside your account. Fifth, set up an automatic monthly transfer of $500 and never turn it off. That's it. 5 steps. No complicated strategies, no stock picking, no timing the market. Just a simple, consistent plan executed month after month, year after year. Final Thoughts Building Wealth is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's not about having a finance degree or access to secret investments. It's about making a decision, building a simple system, and staying consistent long enough for compound interest to work its magic. $500 a month is not a small amount. For many people, it requires real sacrifice and real discipline. But what you're buying with that sacrifice is freedom. The freedom to retire on your own terms. The freedom to never stress about money again. The freedom to give your family a life that most people only dream about. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So take the first step today. Stay consistent and let time do the rest. Your future self will thank you for it.